Li Dian, Li Qian and Li Zheng. Li Dian was known to be a keen and humble learner who respected the educated class. He didn't fight with others for merits, and he regarded official duties as more important than personal affairs. Chen Shou praised him for his noble and gentlemanly demeanour and for his duty before self attitude. He was born in Juyi County, Shanyang Commandery in the year 181. He may have been raised by his uncle Li Qian, who, according to another source, was his father. They both had heroic qualities, and Qian was a host to about 1,000 families. As a resident of Yan, Li Qian was ready to repel the million yellow turbans that began pillaging the area. When Cao Cao was invited into the province to deal with them in 192, Li Qian and many others helped him to defeat the rebels east of Zhang. Qian later helped his lord defeat Yuan Shu and participated in the invasion of Zhou province in 194. Whilst they were away, Liu Bei revolted, so Li Qian, who had hosted several thousand families, was sent back to settle the trouble in Chengxi. Liu Bei dispatched his aide-de-camp Shui Lan and Li Feng to try get Qian to defect, but he was killed because he would not listen to them. His eldest son, Li Zheng, was then granted command of the soldiers by Cao Cao. He led them against Zhuge Lan and Li Feng, and avenged his father when he defeated them in battle, and then went around pacifying numerous counties within Yan province. As a reward, he was appointed as inspector of Xing province. When Li Zheng died at an unknown date, Li Dian inherited his brother's troops and was given the rank of gentleman of the household. He relocated to Yinling, but was far less interested in military affairs and more interested in academic pursuits. He took to studying Zhuo's commentary on the Spring and Autumn Annals and various other books, which Cao Cao soon recognized. Pleased by Dian's attitude, he examined him on government and politics. Cao was suitably impressed and so appointed him as the administrator of Li Hu, where he was primarily in charge of managing civil affairs. During the stalemate at Guandu against Yuan Shao, Li Dian led his clansmen to transport silk, grain, food and equipment for the army. When victory was achieved, he was appointed as a major general and then stationed at Anmen. Later on, during the attacks against Yuan Tan and Shang, Li Dian and Cheng Yu were tasked with sailing supplies up to the northern army. They encountered Gao Fan on the river, who had been sent to obstruct any transport. Tao's orders were that if the river becomes blocked, they should travel by land instead, but Li Dian said to his officers, "Only a few of Gao Fan's soldiers are wearing armour and are merely relying on the river for protection. They are complacent and unprepared. If we attack, we can certainly overcome them." Cheng Yu also agreed with this plan, so they attacked and defeated Gao Fan, enabling the supplies to reach the front line quicker than if they had continued by land. Shao Dun failed to heed Li Dian's advice during the Battle of Bowang in 203. Liu Bei burned his camp and fled south when Dun, Dian and Yue Jin arrived to attack his interception force. Dun ordered a pursuit, but Li Dian argued against it. The enemy had no reason to run away, so I'm sure they'll lay an ambush. The road to the south is narrow, and the trees and the bushes are thick. You should not follow him. They pursued anyway, so Li Dian remained behind to act as a support force. His allies were indeed caught in an ambush. Seeing them in danger, he led his forces forward, which caused Liu Bei to abandon his attack and withdraw. There is no record of this in Shao Dun's or Yue Jin's biography. Li Dian returned north to help defeat Yuan Shang's forces at the battle at Yi, before being sent with Yue Jin to attack Yuan Shang's cousin Gao Gan at Hu Pass. Li Dian also defeated Guan Cheng at Changguang County, then was promoted to the general who captures barbarians and granted a marquis state. By now, the relatives and close followers of his clan had over 3,000 families. He suggested to Tao to have them relocated closer to the northern base of operations and suggested Wei Commandery. Tao laughed at him and said, "You admire Geng Chun and wish to emulate him, don't you?" Geng Chun was an Eastern Han Dynasty general of past times who compromised his clan. Many people were joining in with the usurpers of the throne, so Geng Chun relocated the 2,000 families of his clan to Luoyang and burnt down their old homes. When the brilliant strategist Emperor Liu Shu asked why he would do such a thing, Geng Chun replied that it was to ensure his clan did not desert and go back home. Li Dian thanked Tao but replied, "I am but incompetent, cowardly and slight of merit, yet have been profoundly favoured with nobility. It's only right that I should raise my clan as a show of strength. Additionally, the turmoil has not yet ceased, and it's necessary for the foundation of your state to be strong, so as to govern in all directions. Thus it is not that I try emulate Geng Chun." After the 13,000 clan members were relocated to Yi City, Li Dian was garrisoned at Hefei alongside Zhang Liao, who did not get along with the other generals he was stationed with. The 100,000-strong Wu army invaded Hefei on the 8th month of 215. With only 7,000 troops, Zhang Liao had been left orders that if Wu should attack, he and Li Dian were to go out and meet the enemy in battle. Our lord is on campaign far away, and by the time help comes, the enemy will have surely destroyed us. This letters to remind us that if we attack them before they surround the city, we will reduce their early strength and raise the morale of our own troops. Then we can hold out. Victory or defeat rests on that one battle. If you are also hesitant, I shall settle it alone. Zhang Liao feared that the others would not obey his orders, but Li Dian put aside his feelings and said, "This is a great affair of the state. When I see you planning like this, how can I maintain a personal grudge and neglect the public good? I beg to follow you into the sortie." The following morning, Li Dian and 800 brave souls followed Zhang Liao out of Hefei and attacked the abundant Wu army. As a reward for his bravery, Li Dian's fief was increased by 100 households to a total of 300. He was a knowledgeable and noble scholar who did not fight with other generals to earn merit. He venerated great scholars and he sincerely believed he was not their equal. He passed away at the age of 36 in the year 217, and his son Li Zheng inherited his titles. He was later titled Marquis Min by Tao Pi, which means sympathetic Marquis. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.